Hello friends, my name is Jen and I love cookies. So today I wanted to rate a cookie from a new Black-owned business. This one is called Sweet Maize Cookie. And the cookie that I'm going to rate is a salted caramel macadamia white chip cookie. So I wanted to leave it in the package so I could show you the front of it. So she suggests that you can optionally heat this cookie at 350 degrees in the oven for 3 to 5 minutes or 15 to 20 seconds in the microwave. So I'm going to do that, but the other reason I left it in here is because it lists what this cookie consists of. So this is a vanilla brown butter dough, which if you've been here a while, you know how I feel about brown butter cookies. They are superior. It's mixed with macadamia nuts and white chocolate chips, and then it's stuffed with salted caramel, topped with macadamia nuts and white chocolate, and sea salt. So this is what it looks like. It is quite large on the hand scale. It's also pretty thick. I feel like this is almost cookie pie-esque, like baked with Grace had cookie pies. You can see the white chocolate chips here on top. I see a couple of pieces of macadamia nuts as well and a few flakes of salt, but probably, well, you can see the nuts. I don't know that you can see the salt on the camera. And it is supposedly stuffed with caramel on the inside, although I can't see that now. So I'm gonna go stick this in the microwave for probably 15 seconds, and then I will be back to try it. I'm kind of excited. There's a lot going on in this cookie. Excess is my favorite. I'm back with a microwaved cookie. I'm scared to pick it up because I'm scared it's gonna fall apart. Ooh, so it is sticky on the bottom. You can see the sticky that it left on my plate, but it didn't fall apart. So that's encouraging. It smells like brown butter, which I guess makes sense. I don't know how, like what proportion of this cookie is stuffed. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna run into the caramel right away. But I guess there's only one way to find out, so let's find out. Brown butter cookies, man. So good. So good. All cookies should be made with brown butter. Probably not all cookies, but it's phenomenal. I didn't run into any caramel yet. I did run into a macadamia nut though. And I still just don't love them in cookies. Like they have a place, I don't know. But the dough, the brown butter dough, is incredible. Okay, so I also want to say the texture on the edges of this cookie, at least, like this more raised part, is wonderful. It's like the crumbly texture that I love. No crunchiness to it, just nice and crumbly, and it's glorious. I am starting to see a bit of caramel. I actually think that's what's sticky on my plate, is that some caramel leaked through the bottom. It looks like it's stuffed in a very thin layer. I'm gonna try to take another bite before I show you, but I think it might be more of like a layer of caramel on the inside as opposed to like oozing out caramel, which I think is what I was expecting, that there'd be like a thicker layer of it. But that doesn't appear to be the case. So I'm kind of just starting to get into the caramel, but I want to show you it here. You might not even be able to see. Ooh! I dropped a white chocolate chip on the table. It's just like kind of shiny. You can see in there's a very thin layer of caramel. I haven't gotten to taste too much of it yet, but I will, I think, momentarily. The other thing I noticed is I've noticed a lot of macadamia nuts. I know I've eaten some white chocolate chips, but I haven't really noticed them, and I'm not sure why. But I just wanted to point that out, that they aren't standouty. Okay, so I've eaten a bit more of the caramel. I can confirm it definitely is just kind of like a sweet flavoring, I think, that gets added. It's good. I really, really like the bites with the caramel, but it doesn't stand out as like salted and caramely as I expected it to. It's just kind of like, ooh, now I'm at this very gooey center of this cookie and it's sweeter. So I had to do some serious thinking because that cookie was so good for so many reasons. We already know I'm a huge fan of brown butter and cookies. The dough was incredible. I loved the salted caramel filling in the center. It was really good. There was the perfect amount where I feel like it added a good texture and flavor and sweetness to the cookie without being overwhelming. And the salt also, as to the choice to make it salted caramel, I think was a great decision. I just don't think that I'm that excited about macadamia nuts and cookies. And I think that in white chocolate macadamia nut cookies, standard ones that aren't stuffed with salted caramel, I just kind of like tolerate them. But because the rest of this cookie was so good, it felt like every time I ran into a macadamia nut, it was disappointing because it was like, this cookie was perfect and now there's this, and it's just no longer perfect in my mind. The white chocolate chips I think were okay. I don't think they were necessary. I think that they were like they added sweetness that the cookie didn't need, and they added a small amount of flavor, but it didn't need that either. So I feel like both the white chocolate chips and the macadamia nuts were unnecessary, but the white chocolate chips didn't what's the opposite of elevate? They didn't. The white chocolate chips didn't negatively impact my experience in any way, whereas the macadamia nuts did. That said though, because the rest of this cookie was so incredible, I'm still gonna rate it high. I'm gonna go with an 8.6. It was definitely worth microwaving that one. I have one more cookie from Maze Cookies, and Sweet Maze Cookies, and I am very excited to eat it because that was great. Okay, so that was a salted caramel macadamia white chip cookie from Sweet Maze Cookies. It was delicious. If you like watching me talk about cookies, please like, comment, and or subscribe below. Thank you for watching. Have a fantastic day and eat more cookies.